Okay, this is a 2010 Chevy Silverado with a 5.3 liter V8. It's got 243,000 miles, and I've had a P219A code now for, I don't know, a month or so, intermittent. I've done a whole series of kind of diagnostic stuff, and finally got to replace these injectors, so stay tuned. Pop your shroud off here. We'll unhook this breather hose. One there, one here. Use an impact. I'm just using a screwdriver. We'll go ahead and disconnect the negative battery terminal too. This is a ratcheting 10 millimeter. Actually, just leave it in the driver's side door because it can unhook that terminal. It's a good thing to have around. Okay, so do that. A lot of times this is attached and you've got to undo a little connector down here. I just unhook that guy. And unhook that. And that comes right out. There's your 10. Three 10 millimeter bolts at the back here. Don't drop them. These injectors are part number 217-3111. I got these off Rock Auto. It was the best price I could find. Genuine GM part. The nut right here. And a bracket. We'll undo this connector. And I think we have to take this stud off also. We'll go ahead and do that. I got this big set of long picks. Looks like these are going to be useful. I just got them from O'Reilly. I have a short set of picks. It's seeming like a long pick is going to be necessary. Okay, we're going to try to get off this evap solenoid thing. Okay, 8 millimeter bolt. Kind of a long bolt. Oh, it's actually the bolt holding the fuel rail in. Okay, that just comes off. This solenoid thing just comes off, and then you push on the back of this. This has a switch on it. Pull it to the side, push the switch towards the center of the motor, and this pops up. Testing to make sure this functions as part of the process before you do the injectors. Knock on wood, this is going faster than I thought it would. Famous last words. Get that out of the way, gotta get this thing off here. This is a whole video in and of itself. Disconnecting this fuel line. It's looking gasoline, but you got it, baby. Okay. There you go. Got it. So you got to pull this line forward as far as you can. Slide that up underneath, and then you can kind of work it off. And it's the set you buy from O'Reilly's. It's the third one. 9.5 millimeter or 3/8 one. And I got this set at O'Reilly's today. W83-101. That'll get it off. A 2010. Probably will work on a 2009, the 2014 also. Gasoline all over the place. There's a little tab. You pull it forward. You pull the tab this way forward to the front of the engine, and this pops off on the back. And then I think it just pops up. Okay, that just pops up like so. The O-ring kind of wanted to stay in there, but I brought it up with it. Pull this towards the front of the engine, pop that one up. Going way too smoothly. I'm a little superstitious at times. Okay. Alright. I have to disconnect. We're gonna figure this out on this side where we can see what we're doing. Now we're gonna figure out how to unplug these injectors, which seems like it's gonna be tricky. So this green clip locks. So you gotta slide it up first. And then push in and it unclips. Be careful. Let's see if I can do it again. Okay. So putting the pick in here, and just sliding it up gently with the pick worked well. And then you got to push in on this green button and slide it out. Pick in, push, slide. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Put a pick under the green lip and then slide it up. And you push in on the gray button and slide it out just like that. I guess it's brilliant and maddening all at the same time. I'm undoing some of the coils, the connectors to the coils. These just slid up on their own. All right. All right. Wow. That's it. It's all unhooked. Huh. These injectors are moving back and forth in the hole, so I think they might come out on their own. See if I can loosen them a little bit in the hole, I guess. I guess it's okay to do. Yeah. Okay. 15 mil for the fuel rail bolts. Okay. And put it in there. Okay. I think this might pop up with the injectors. Ooh. Okay. Be careful popping these clips off. Ooh. Yeah, be careful with these clips. Fuel injectors come with them, but still. Oh, okay. Shit, they just all came up. They all came up on that side, actually. Oh. Oh, wow. That's all of them. Oh, yikes. Leaking gasoline. So be careful with that. Oh, they look like the right size injectors. Look at that, y'all. That's it. Gasoline leaking out. Look at that. 4 holes. Ooh, a lot of gasoline. Okay, this has a lot of gasoline in it, so be mindful of that. Don't tell the EPA I'm dumping it in the yard. These things are in here pretty good. Okay. Get it with a brake cleaner. Okay, old, new. Yeah, looks good to me. 1261 3411. The part numbers. Okay, the GM part number is 1261 3411. AC Delco is 127 3411. Put a little bit of silicone grease on them. Bunch of Techron and gasoline in there, so it's probably pretty doggone clean. Give them kind of a visual inspection too. We're gonna do a light coating of grease on each O-ring. notch in the clip, so you can't mess it up. You got to get the notch to line up with the notch on the injector. Oh, hey Jack. Okay. Alright, is your own there? Let's try to put this bad boy back together. Schrader valve on passenger side. Fuel line connector on driver's side. Little holes go right into the cylinder. It always freaks me out when a little bit of garbage or something can get down in there. Yeah, that's ideal. Oh. All right. Huh. That's ideal. All right. All right. I'm gonna feel each one just to make sure it's seated properly. The wire harness on the back here, you gotta watch out for this. By the transmission line dipstick, make sure that's not underneath the rail. It's in there. It's in there. It's in there. It's in there. Each one of those is in there. Okay. Now I gotta remember how I took it apart. I hook these coil clips back on. There's the only two I undid. Oh man. Oh wow, I don't remember which one. Oh wow, okay. Okay. That twists and comes out. That's the PCV. Okay. Okay. That's how you do it. Okay. Okay. So number one connector is also wired in with the alternator connection for number one injector. And then number two is right beside the EVAP solenoid connector. And then you stretch the other two out. And number 3 and 4 are kind of self-explanatory. Number 3 won't reach number 4, so by process of elimination, that's number 4. Alternator clip goes in. Like I said, number 2 is right by the EVAP solenoid connection. Clip it on, lock the safety. Number 3 is next in line. Clip it on, clip the safety. And number 4 is the end of the line here. Could barely reach it. Okay. Clip it on, clip the safety. Oh. Damn it. I gotta get a better tripod. Okay. So probably should have put these bolts in first for the fuel rail before I did the connectors. Well, that's probably not the end of the world. That's good. Magnet. O'Reilly's, like $5. I'll put this stud back in. Tighten it with a 10 mil. Okay. Oop. Okay. That's on, that's on. These are all hooked together. This is on. Need to put the snorkel on and hook this in. Also 8mm. I think I just did that in 2 hours. Hook up negative battery terminal. Okay, everything's back together. We're gonna crank it up and see what happens. I think it's all there. Need a fuel. It's not a gasoline. Yeah, no gasoline spraying out. That's a good thing. I'm gonna wash up and go for a test ride. Okay, I just put these new injectors in, so I'm gonna go for a pretty long test drive and see what happens with these codes. There's a permanent code set. Obviously I unhooked a negative battery terminal, so I think some of the other codes cleared out, but there's still a permanent 219A code set. So I'm test driving 243, 179 miles. My trip's at 565. I left at 543. Fuel range. My average economy is 17.9. I'll be curious if that goes up. I drove about 30 miles. Turned the engine off, let it sit for a second, turned it back on, and that permanent code cleared. So right now it says everything's running like it should. So we'll see how it goes. I'll be back to the house in about 20 miles, and then we'll take one more look under the hood, and the real test will be when I put some real miles on it later this week, going to work. All right, so that code came back. It's pending. So that's a bummer. Okay, folks, so unfortunately that check engine light came back on. Posted another video summary of all the actions I've taken. Keep updating this kind of little series. Hope it helps someone. Comment if you have any questions or anything, and I'll kind of try to offer some assistance. Thanks.